Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger, and today we're going to start taking a look at Shyvana. It's that time of the week again where a build video needs to come out and happen since I've kind of been behind, since I've been crazy busy. But anyways, we're going to start looking at her by checking out all of her abilities and her overall look. As you can see, she's pretty well matched up here. She isn't too difficult to play. There's a little bit involved, but not too much. She's pretty good on her health, and her attacks are good and strong. Probably will get nerfed in the future, but who knows? Time will tell, to say the least. So, looking over her abilities, first we're going to take a look at her passive, which is Fury of the Dragonborn. All of her melee attacks enhance her abilities. So for like Twin Bite, it reduces the cooldown by half a second. Burnout, it extends the duration for 1 second to a maximum of 6 seconds. You can kind of read through it and just see what each one kind of does differently for her passive. It's kind of unique. I kind of like it, but it's just, it does certain things for each of your abilities. So I'm just going to kind of gloss over that real quick. But moving into her Q, which is her Twin Bite, she strikes twice on her next attack. So it does a lot of good damage for poking, at least. Like, instead of running up to somebody and hitting them once, let's say if you're both melee and you're in lane, you'll go ahead and activate that. You'll hit them twice. It'll do a good amount of damage to them, and it's a good tool for scaring people. I like to use it for. And we're going to utilize her Twin Bite for the most part with the build that I kind of do. This build that we're going to do is, it's pretty early build for her. I'm going to try some other ones, so I might actually have a couple build videos for her, but for now I'm going to make this one. This one seems to work alright for me, at least, so I thought I'd share it with everybody for now. And then also, our abilities do slightly different things while she's in dragon form. So for Twin Bite, in dragon form, the bite, it goes through all units in front of her. So, it just basically makes it more powerful because she's in her dragon form. Moving on to her W, which is her burnout. She surrounds herself in fire, dealing magic damage per second to nearby enemies, and then moving around her, or she gets increased movement speed for 3 seconds too. It's a great tool for chasing people, or if you just need to get away a little bit quicker. I'd kind of compare it to Graves' little dart in and out thing. He kind of has that increased movement speed. You can kind of get out of the way of something, or if he needs to catch up, it's kind of a nice thing for her too. Kind of like Rumble's shield when he needs to get away. He speeds up a little bit. So she speeds up. It's good for, like I said, either chasing or just trying to get away. And then in dragon form, it scorches the ground beneath her. So enemies surrounded by that will continually take damage because it's like the ground's on fire. So that's what it does in her dragon form. Moving on to her E ability, which is her Flame Breath, she unleashes a fireball that deals damage to the first enemy that it encounters, and it basically continues to burn them, but on the target reduces their armor for the next 4 seconds. So in it's a skill shot use, and what you probably want to do with that is if you can land that right before you get your Twin Bite out, you're going to obviously hurt them more because their armor is going to be down, so the Twin Bite will do even more damage. So that's a nice way to lead into people if you can get that off without it hitting a minion or missing. So like I said, it's a skill shot, so a little bit of work might have to be done if you're not used to skill shot champs at all, but it doesn't really do too much damage up front, so poking people with it doesn't really do too much if you don't continue to follow them to poke them, but that's what it does. And then if you do this also during her dragon form, it engulfs all units in a cone in front of her, so it reduces all of their armor, which is nice. And then her Dragon's Descent, which is when she goes into her dragon form, she transforms into a dragon, she takes flight to target location, and she knocks back whatever targets she hits in that line of fire where she jumps across into her dragon form. She passively gains armor and magic resist, and defensive bonuses double in dragon form. So you kind of tank up. Dragon form is nice for many, many different reasons. Obviously, for initiating fights, it kind of surprises people, or jumping over walls is a good way to get away from people or initiate onto them without them really knowing where you came from. So I actually do this once in the video, and I turret dive someone in dragon form. I just jump over the wall and I chase them down and kill them. You'll get to see that later. So I think it's a really unique alt in the game. It's really cool to watch. It's especially when it starts. So we're going to take a look at all that in game, and we're going to see how we build her. Alright, now that we're into the game, you can see that laning phase is pretty much just started. If you already noticed, we actually are down 2 kills already. We went to go look for fiddlesticks in the jungle, and they killed 2 people on our team. But I'm already over it. So yeah, not the best start for the team, but it's gonna happen. Not gonna really worry about that. So like I said, we're in the laning phases now at the beginning, and as you can see, I start out with my basic setup for my boots. I start out with just tier 1 boots and 3 health pots, and I am gonna have her initiate in and stun. I'm gonna get in there and use my twin bite a lot to do some damage. Now, I actually tell Leona to fall back, but she's thinking I can get another kill out of this, so she's just gonna bait for a while and she'll probably die, which she does. But she has stuck around long enough that I am gonna pull a double kill out of this. As you can see, luckily, with my boots early, I'm fast enough to catch back up and do another twin bite. So I got a nice little. Not specifically a double kill, but 2 kills there, and that's going to help me out greatly with buying items in a second. So I'm actually going to head back now, since I did blow through those 3 health pots. They did some decent damage to me pretty quick, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to start building what's going to be the first key item I get. I'm going to start building towards my Wriggle's Lantern. So I like that item for her at the beginning of the game, because you get that nice damage, you get the ward placement, which is going to be helpful, especially since they have a jungler on their team, and the little bit of attack damage and armor. Probably already said some of those things twice, whatever. But that's going to be the first real item I'm going to build towards. Here we kind of chase them back again, because we're going to see if we can get another kill. They get both worked down pretty low, I do too, but I'm just going to pop that health pot and keep going from there. So as for my first ability I honestly think you could take any of her first 3 for your first thing, depending. I mean, you could take Twin Bite first if you want it, your Q, and so you can hit them twice and do a lot of burst damage quick at level 1 if you get into a fight. You could take her W if you want, so you can have that increased move speed and just do damage that way if you need to either get into a fight quick at level 1 or out. Or, I mean, you could even take her E if you just wanted to poke them and get their armor down right away, and then just keep hitting them with your standard attacks. So, you can justify just about any of them at level 1. I like to start with her W, so either that or Twin Bite. Those would be my 2 first ones. So I actually get those at level 1, and then the other one at level 2. So like I said, you could do just about anything. So, as you can see from my spells, I do take Flash and Ignite. It seems to work well on her. You can obviously justify anything for those 2 if you want. So it's just what I like. We're going to move in here, and I'm going to kind of bait back. And now I'm going to use my ult to jump in there, but it was the exact same time Fiddlesticks did, which was something I was not expecting. Luckily, I did get a kill out of it, and I did get away, so we swapped 1 for 1. Which wasn't too bad in a fight that we didn't know Fiddlesticks was going to ult into. So, kind of lucky there that I got away. But I'm going to die a couple times in this game to reasons I don't believe I should have died. But it's going to happen. You'll see them, and you can decide whether or not I should have died. But, so I went back. I just finished off my lantern. So now I'm going to have that ward placement there. And so that'll be nice for future ganks if Fiddle shows back up. And we're just going to, keep pushing the tower, level up, last hit minions, all that fun stuff that helps you level up. And we're going to move out here now again, see if we can't do something to him. I hit him, and I'm going to have his armor decrease, but we're going to move in for Corhi, but he's going to fly out, so we're just going to see who we can do damage to. Now, one thing I like to do with her dragon is after he taunts us here, we're going to start running away like we're actually afraid, but we're not. Just keep them coming closer so I can jump back on them and hit them. She hits him with his ult too, and we're just going to get rid of him quick. And now I am going to... This is the first death I don't agree with. I'm moving away. Okay, he misses there, and I start moving in away from that. But apparently I died to it. So... that was kind of dumb. You can disagree or agree with me, but I don't think I was in that. So... stupid death, but whatever. I kind of get vengeance back on him later. So that happened. Last time I went back, since I was dead, I finished off my boots. I like to go with swiftness for my boots, just because she already has so much movement speed early game. It just is even more ridiculous to have even more movement speed. So you're really, really, really good at catching up to people in fights or getting away from fights if you need to. She's really good for, gankable situations, especially with her ultimate when you can just fly in on anyone. So I like to keep her movement speed up there to be very helpful with the rest of the team in ganks and with movement. Saw him come down. I kind of poked at him. I'm just kind of chasing him for fun here. I don't intend to fight, really, because I turn away. Leona actually goes in, so I'm actually going to jump in here in a second, because we're going to start doing damage to him. He's going to try to escape in a second, and I'm going to just dragon in, land on him, finish him off real quick. Took one from the turret, but I'm going to do okay. And now I'm going to try to finish off Corky. He comes back to try to fight us, because CC's a little low, but that's a mistake for him, because we're going to kill him. So, got a couple more kills there, which was nice. That's one of the things I think a lot of people, are going to find is helpful with your ultimate, is just to kind of run away for a second and then jump back into a fight. I think it'll confuse people. Another thing is, when some fights start, you'll see in future team fights, when some fights start, I kind of hang out in the back, and I kind of wait for them to get lined up to kill him. We think he's disconnecting here, so we just kill him. And then a second later, he has disconnected. So I'll count that as my revenge for his stupid kill he got on me. He'll be back shortly anyways. But we're going to push here. We're just going to finish off the turret. We're taking some damage from Corky, but not too much. And I'm just sitting here just, killing minions. And I'm going to start to head back. Fiddle jumps in. Now I flash, and I swear I hit my dragon there to fly away. I know it says I was feared or ensnared, but I swear I got it off before that happened, but whatever. I'll give him another kill. I actually die a handful of times in this, and just about every one is when Fiddlestick shows up, so I probably should have built more magic resist. Anyways, you can see from the time before the last one, when I went back, the next key item I got was Sheen, and that's because with the Twin Bite, I just want to do that much damage when I activate my thing, so the Twin Bite is really hurting people here. That's kind of the main thing I'm focusing on, going kind of attack damaging and making Twin Bite just like there. You can see how much of a chunk just randomly disappeared when we hit him. So Twin Bite's kind of what I'm focusing on with her, and Twin Bite. It's a good move. Why not? Anyways, I'm starting to build, obviously, with the Sheen and the Phage up to my Trinity Force. That's going to be the first real big item I'm going to get. And we're going to just kind of chase around here. I get ignited because apparently that's the thing to do. And I'm going to chase in here. I'm going to Twin Bite. And I'm going to chase him a little bit, but I don't want to tank that too much. So I'm actually going to head back. Almost had him, though. But, so that's kind of the next item I said. Like, I'm going to go for the Trinity Force. There's going to be, I think, a lot of different ways you can potentially build her. I've seen some people like tanking her, which kind of works, because you can just sit in dragon form and take tons of damage. I also think she's going to be focused a lot as a champion. I'm going to die here again. I'm going to get low, and then guess what? Fiddlesticks is probably going to show up and kill me. Yep, there it was. Damn you, Fiddle. But a lot of people are going to be focusing on her, I think, because of just, obviously overpowered champions kind of need to get killed quick. And I'm not even saying that she's completely overpowered, but she might get tweaked a little bit. But I think she's pretty balanced. If anything, I kind of think she falls off a little bit late game, but that could be because my build isn't perfect yet. Anyways, we're gonna steal their blue, and I'm gonna dragon in here just to get in there, start doing damage. I get feared from Fiddle, but I'm gonna keep chasing. I'm gonna flash over to him, and I'm gonna end Corky real quick, and we're gonna keep chasing. Except I get taunted now by Galio, but we'll just get him killed because he kind of sacrificed himself, it seems. I'm gonna get over here, and I'm going to chase Fiddle in here as well, because we can get rid of him quick since he is squishy. So, clean it up, got a nice ace. We're going to push here now, because that's obviously the thing to do when you kill people. Push. A lot of teams don't seem to understand that concept, though. But I'm going to keep pushing here. Last time I went back, I got a little bit closer to finishing off my Trinity Force. And I'm going to die here again. Yeah. Good at dying this game. But luckily I have more kills at least. But like I said, went back, did finish off my Trinity Force, and now I'm going to start building towards a Frozen Mallet. It's going to be good for survivability. You're going to get all that health. and you're going to get some more damage, and you're going to be slowing everybody every time you hit them with your basic attack. Because like I said, I'm kind of concentrating on my basic attack doing the damage and that twin bite for the most part. So that's just kind of the way I'm going with this build for now. Like I said, I'm probably going to tweak some other builds and try some other stuff, but for now this one seems to work. I've used it in a couple games. This is just one game I'm showing it in. I'm going to die again. Fiddlesticks, big surprise. Like I said, just about every time I die, Fiddlesticks kills me. Actually, I'll give the other team a little bit of credit. They knew exactly when to have Galio taunt and then when to have Fiddle jump in. And that's why they kill us a handful of times that way. And so they actually did a good job at executing that, and we didn't really pay too close attention to that. I got denied by that wall there when I jumped in. I'm trying to chase down Talon here. He jumps back to me. I'm not really sure why, but that's fine. And now we're going to find one going back, and we're just going to pick these guys up and kill, I think, just about everybody here for the most part. Galio takes it there from Hoyt. Hoyt's gone legendary multiple times this game. He's just destroying. And we're going to kill Fiddle as well. I think Corky got away, but that's fine. So I'm going to start pushing top while they pushed that middle and got that inhib. I'm going to start pushing this tower. Corky's going to come push me off. Granted, he's not really doing too much damage to me, so I'm not too worried. Graves shows up, but he's going to head back towards middle. I'm going to keep trying to push this top tower. A few of our allies are going to die, but I just, I'm going to keep pushing and feeding up here since nobody's really contesting me. Corky shows back up, and now I'm officially annoyed with him for showing back up. So I'm going to actually stand here behind the wall and wait for him to address the next minions coming, because he's obviously going to try to go kill him. And I'm going to fly in on him and kill him, because this is a great way to surprise people. So he uses that to get away, and then he does flash. But because of my move speed and because of that enhanced move speed when I use my W, I'm going to catch back up to him and twin bite him there, and that's going to kill him. And this is kind of funny. Graves shows up. I just turn and chase him away for a second. I can see Fiddlesticks is showing up now, so I'm going to get the hell out of there. And I'm going to activate my W again. Just speed me up a little bit if I'm getting chased. So it's a nice way to get in and out of situations quick. That's how I caught back up to Corky, and that's how I'm getting out of that fight. So always remember that it's a good, item to use. Talon shows up there for a second, and he gets killed, which is going to happen. So I got a kill out of that too. And I think that's the last kill I actually get in this game. I start getting tons of assists now. So, which are never a bad thing. They still pay me. But I'm sitting on a bunch of gold right now too. I think I have 3,000 gold right now. So I'm gonna head back and obviously finish off some items in a second. But like I said, this build pretty much concentrates on her Q, her twin bite for the most part, and her standard attack. As for my masteries page, I kind of go with a 9-21-0 layout. I kind of do a little bit more of the tankier side, just because when you do dragon form in, everybody is going to start to focus you because you're a huge target. And yeah, so I tank out a little bit there and only go 9 up the offensive tree, which is still going to be nice. So that's kind of how I do my masteries. Obviously, you can change them to however you want them, but that's just how I build mine. And then as for my rune page, it's going to be a similar rune page for how I do most of my other attack damage champions. I'm going to go with the what do I go with? Seriously, what do I go with? Can't think of it. Oh, I go with armor penetration marks. I go with flat cooldown glyphs. I go with armor seals, and I go with attack damage quintessences. You've probably heard me say that a bunch of different times. I just find that those runes are some of the best priced runes for what you get out of them. So that's kind of what I go with for her for those for now. We might try some other stuff later. Like I said, if I do another build with her and do a completely different style of build. I have a couple I have in mind that involve some items that aren't super far-fetched, but I might try them out. If they backfire, they backfire, but builds are always worth a try, especially if you find one item that's really going to work. So, as you can see, the last couple times I've went back, I've had tons of gold from a couple kills, and I'm just farming the crap out of their jungle and my jungle and minions. And I did finish off the frozen mallet, so I have that. So I have a bunch of health now, which is going to be nice for a little bit of survivability. And I also decided to go back, and like I said, I'm focusing on attack damage. I got the black cleaver, so I have attack speed and attack damage. So a little bit of a combo deal there, which is going to be nice. So I think I have like 250 some attack damage. I'm going to ult in there and push some people back. He ults, and then Fiddle ults in, and that's what really gets us. I think I'm going to die. This is he gets a quadra kill there, so I'll give him props for that. And from the grave, Garen gets a triple kill. So that was interesting to say the least. So, but we pushed their base pretty hard, and like I said, this other team wasn't too bad actually. They did a pretty good job at getting rid of us. And you can see I'm actually using my W to run to places just because this champion isn't mana based or anything like that. You just have your rage bar that has to fill up to 100 before you can use your ultimate. But you're just basically limited by your cooldowns. So you can go ahead and spam stuff as much as you want in the lane. You just either be on cooldown or you'll be using it. So that's kind of a nice thing. The next item I'm building towards, but I'm not going to finish because the game's going to end in a second, is I'm building towards an Atma's Impaler. That's because with all of the... barely getting out of there that time. Because of all of the health I have, might as well build that. It'll also give me some more armor, which is going to be nice depending on the team you're fighting. Obviously this game I probably should have built a Banshee's Veil, but like I said, I always give optional items. But as you can see, we ended the game, and that's going to be how we do that. So thanks for watching, guys. This is just kind of my first build with her, and if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe, comment, and like, and I will see you guys in the next video.